Follow along in your book, page 298. C. Plague and Social Upheaval. In the first half of the 14th century, European expansion and prosperity suffered a series of setbacks. Food shortages caused a rise in prices and hardship in cities. Then, the most serious crisis in European life, the plague, known as the Black Death, struck. It got its name because it caused spots of blood to turn black under the skin. Scholars have estimated that during the 1300s, from 25 to 33% of the European population died as a result of famine and plague. The spread of the plague. Between 1347 and 1352, the Black Death caused the death of about 25 million people. It spread from Asia to Sicily and then north through Italy into the rest of Europe, Scandinavia, and even as far away as Iceland and Greenland. At the time, no one knew how the epidemic, or a disease that affects a large number of people, spread or how to protect against it. The best defense was to leave a town or city in which the plague was killing people and hope to go somewhere safe. Scholars today believe that flea bites caused the most commonly known form of the Black Death. The fleas bit infected rats that traveled on merchant ships and bit humans on the ships or in the ports. Because people in the 1300s did not know about keeping themselves and their homes very clean would help to eliminate the fleas, thousands of people were bitten and became infected. Although the plague epidemic was named the Black Death, scientists now believe that it was really a combination of 3 or 4 diseases. Some people died very quickly, almost as though they were poisoned. Others fell into a coma, a sleep-like state, and lived for almost a week. Those who had the black spots under their skin probably had the bubonic plague. Another form of the disease, called the pneumonic plague, was spread through the air and caused people's lungs to fail. Still, another form struck the nervous system and made people look that they were doing a strange dance. Whatever the disease, it was almost always deadly. Some regions of Europe were harder hit than others. In Florence, Italy, more than half of the population died because of the Black Death. In England, about 1,000 villages disappeared completely. The few people who survived the epidemic in those villages could not bury all of the dead, so they moved to towns and villages that seemed safe. About 250 years would pass before Europe would again have the same population it had before the plague arrived. Consequences of the Black Death. The Black Death may have been the most significant natural event during the Middle Ages. It had a huge effect on all the areas it touched: population, economics, and society. As a result of the plague, the population of entire villages died, and many fields were not planted. However, the fields that were planted and harvested usually provided enough food for the now much smaller population. Trade also was affected. It became difficult to produce goods or to obtain them because of a shortage of workers. Because there were fewer workers, they were able to demand more wages and better working conditions for their labor. End of reading.